guys, it's been a while. So I am Melissa DeLeon, owner of Melissa DeLeon Styling, and today I'm here to talk to you guys a little bit about how to take your body measurements and why it is so important to know them. So today I'm here with my trusty mannequin who put me through design school, and I'm going to take her measurements for you guys so you see exactly the correct way of doing it. I'm always really surprised to hear how many women have never taken their measurements before, and now it's just a necessity. It's a part of life, and for any of you that might shop online, and I'm sure all of you do, it's imperative. You have to know your measurements. I'm always hearing of women say, you know, I ordered something online, but it didn't fit, wah, wah, wah. Well, you know what? Part of it's your fault because you don't know what size you are. And every retailer out there now has a size guide that's really helpful and really detailed, so that you don't order the wrong size and that you get the correct size every time. So today we're going to go through some of the measurements that you need on you all the time, and how to take them. So here we go. So there are 8 parts of your body that you need measured in order to get that guaranteed right fit. So the first is going to be your bust. Now my lovely mannequin here already has a black line here all the way around that goes around her bust. A lot of you might know this already just because it's typically your bra measurement, but sometimes it's good to get like that exact measurement. So as you can see from this mannequin, the black line is over the widest part of her. So it isn't up above the bust or below, it's right across the nipple, and all the way around. So that widest part of your bust. And that's how all your measurements go. Along with your hips, you guys can see this black line here. That black line is going where she is widest. Not up here, not below the butt cheeks, but right across, right where she's widest. And why is that? I know all of us hate that, but it's so that you can fit everything into your clothing. So if you get the largest measurement on your body, you're guaranteed going to get a fit where it's not pulling or tugging. It fits you perfect, or maybe with a little bit of extra room there too, which is what we need. We don't want everything skin tight. So here we go, bust measurement. I'm gonna take my handy dandy tape measure here. You can get them at Joann's, you can get them online. Amazon has a ton of them now. Mine's cute because it has my logo on it. So pull it all the way out as much as you can, and then you're going to take your tape measure and pull it right across where you are widest. So this young lady is 36 inches at her bust. And it's always helpful to have a friend do this for you. I know most of you might be thinking, how in the world do I do this? Get a friend to help you, someone that you're obviously very comfortable with. If you want to do it in just undergarments or over kind of tight-fitting clothing, the one thing I do not recommend is wearing jeans for it. Wear something that is very skin-like, just so that you're not adding additional bulk. The second measurement is going to be your natural waist. Now a lot of people think that the natural waist is a bit lower. I know that this black line might be a little bit confusing for you all, but the natural waist is where it's opposite of everything else. It's where you're smallest. So right here. So again, take your measurement by placing it right at where you're smallest for the natural waist and take that measurement. The third measurement that we're going to take is going to be your hips. So that's typically the widest part of every woman. So right here you see this line here that I have already showed you that goes around her body right at where she is largest. So take your measuring tape, and sometimes you have to get on your knees so that you can really see where is she widest. Right there. You guys can see, I'm going to spin this around for you a little bit so you can see. but you want the tape measure to always be parallel to the floor, because again, if you have a tape measure that's drooping like this, say you're getting your natural waist measurement, so up here, but the back is like this is adding inches for you guys. So we don't want to do that. So we want to make sure that the tape measure is always parallel to the floor when we're taking our bust, natural waist, and our hip measurement, okay? Now if you guys see, I'm wearing a jacket today, and the problem that I've always had, I have a little bit of a wider shoulder. So I always like to get our shoulder measurements just because we always need to do that hug test. We need to make sure that's not pulling too much on the back of your body, because that's uncomfortable and nobody wants to deal with that. So for shoulder measurement, you're going to take it from the tip of your shoulder all the way to the other tip. So here I'm going to go to the tip of her shoulder, across kind of where she's widest, and to the other tip. So she is 15 inches. Now the fifth is pretty funny, and I will tell you that it is a design term, so I'm not just making this term up from nowhere. But this measurement is for your crotch depth. Now what does that mean? Crotch depth is pretty important as well, just because it measures how far your crotch is to your belly button. So for me, I'm pretty long-waisted for my height. Even though I'm petite, I have a really, really long torso. So things that are high-waisted for most people are actually kind of mid-rise for me. So high-rises that are more like 9-inch, I think Madewell now has jeans that are 11-inch, and whoo, those are perfect because they hit me right at where I'm smallest. Knowing how tall that is, your crotch depth, will kind of give you an idea of if a high-waisted pant will actually flatter your body, because sometimes it won't if it's hitting at the wrong spot. So the crotch depth is best measured when you are sitting down. Sometimes you can do it when you're standing. You can get yourself or a friend to hold it right at the base of your crotch and then up to your natural waist. This one's a little bit off just because she doesn't have legs, but that's what you would do. You would do this and measure all the way to your natural waist, so wherever you are smallest, remember? So I'll show you how to do it sitting down as well. So for the crotch depth, you're going to take a seat, and really again what you're wanting is from your crotch, for lack of a better word, all the way to your natural waist. So here, I'll pull this back a little bit. So you're going to measure from where you were sitting on the chair, the very base of the chair, all the way to your natural waist. So my natural waist is right here. So what is that? Yeah, 13.5 inches. You guys, I'm telling you, I have the struggle of all struggles to find high-waisted pants that fit me. So there you are. That is your crotch depth. And if you don't believe me, you can go Google it, and I promise you that that is the correct terminology. So the sixth measurement is very easy. It's your arm span. So obviously we want to make sure that our sleeve lengths are the correct length for us. So again, my poor mannequin girl has no legs and no arms, but we're going to make do. So you want to start at the tip of the shoulder, just so that you get exactly where that seam would be. If you know anything about clothing construction, there should be a seam on most clothes right at the top of the shoulder. So that is what you would be measuring for, is that seam right at the tip. So I have it there at the tip, and then I would measure down her arm. So similarly, here, all the way down, I would stand up straight, and they would measure my sleeve length all the way to my wrist bone. The seventh measurement, that's really crucial for you to get the correct size when you're online shopping or in a store and don't have time to try on, is your inseam. So most of us know how to take that. If you're a man, you take that all the time. That's how you guys determine your sizes. For women, we don't do that as much. But nowadays, people have a lot of regular, long, as well as petite sized pants, which is really cool. So now it's really important for us to know what our inseam is. So I won't show you that today, but you would, I'll describe it for you. You would place the tape measure on the inner corner of your thigh and then go all the way down to your ankle. And that'll give you essentially the length of your leg, the length of your pants. And that's what would guarantee you to have a great fitting, a great length pant for your height. Last but not least, the 8th measurement that you could take. This one I personally recommend people do just because so many things online now say, you know, falls from the shoulder to the knee at X amount of inches. People are taller, people are shorter, we all have different bodies, and it's helpful to see how long the garment is, especially dresses or tops even. But for dresses, you know, usually most dresses fall from your shoulder, so they start here and go all the way down to your knee. So I take a measurement, what I call shoulder to knee, easy enough, so that you can kind of compare yourselves to models online who are modeling the clothing and see, okay, she's 5'10", and it says that this falls, you know, 36 inches from her shoulder. Well, I'm 5'5", where is it going to hit me? So again, I go into the inner of your neck, right here, down, and all the way down to where her knee would be. So her knee, I would estimate to be about at 37 inches. So something along those lines for you guys who are out there that are going to do this for yourself. Alright guys, so there it is, the 8 measurements that you need to make sure that you get that perfected fit for your body when you're ordering online. I highly recommend everyone do this because, like I said, online shopping is king right now. Everyone is shopping online, and it just helps you. It saves you a step so that you don't have to keep returning and exchanging for the size that you needed or should have purchased in the first place. Another reason why it's really important to know your measurements is that eventually, and this will come in a later video, you'll learn your body type. So I get that question all the time too. What is my body type? What kind of silhouette flatters my body best? Well, the first step to knowing what your body type is taking your measurements and knowing your measurements. And that way it can translate to a body type. So you guys stay tuned for another video on that. It'll be coming. So for those of you that are interested, today on my website I'm going to be posting this video along with 2 printables. So the first will be a size chart, so that after you take your measurements and you know what your body looks like in numbers, you can start ordering online and see what size is comparable to my body. The second is a My Measurements card, and this is something that I keep on me. I keep it in my notes on my phone. I keep it on my computer. If you have a tablet, you can keep it on there. But then I also have like a 2x3 inch card that's perfect to fit inside your wallet. It's about the same size as a credit card. And it just lists out all the measurements that you need, and you get to fill in your measurements. So that way when you're out shopping, you know. Alright guys, thanks again for watching. I'll tune in next time for another video with Melissa DeLeon Styling.